Bruins. The Bruins get Philip Forsberg for 2 firsts? Holy. Whoa, okay, hold on. There is absolutely nothing wrong with the boys in Quebec bumping some Mozart before pregame skate. No, you cannot be the team DJ. Mozart stays. We love our Mozart here in Quebec. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to your Quebec Nordiques franchise mode. Now, in the last video, we basically retooled our entire team via free agency, and that was because going into year number 2, we had a bunch of players on expiring deals we didn't want to bring back, and there was some better players in free agency. However, it wasn't the best year for free agents. The free agent crop really wasn't that great, but since we got lucky with the stupidity of the New York Islanders, we have some pieces in play for the future, like Matthew Barzal. But we ended up getting the big fish, which was Evgeny Dadonov. We ended up getting Philippe Danault, which now you guys are letting me know it's just Philippe Danault. There's really no French pronunciation with it. It's just Philippe Danault. We ended up getting Philippe Danault as well. He was a little bit expensive. I know that. He's at 4.5 for 2 years, but we have the cap space. So I'm happy with that. Now we got 2 pretty big comments here. Now before I go over the big comments, I want people to know that I go through the majority of the comments. I saw some people saying, oh, I spent 49 hours on my comment and it didn't get featured. I'm sorry, I feature as many as I possibly can. It's basically because there'll be 30 different comments that say 30 different things, and then one person will write a large comment that says everything that the 30 people said. So it's easy for me just to showcase the one comment, but I'm sorry if your comment doesn't get showed. I try to show as many as I possibly can, but we got a business to run here in Quebec. So let's talk about the captain. I know it's a minor thing, but as much as we slow sim, it's important to know who our captains are. So Spire, he says Conrad should be your captain and Barzal should be one of your A's. As for the second A, there really isn't any notable standouts on the team. I would disagree, but let's continue with your comment. But if there were to be an A for realism's sake, it would go on the second line or a second line D pairing, seeing as captains and assistants will do a lot of talking to the refs and it'll be a bit spread out. Also, Nick Bjugstad was the best option for a third line center over Stepan. I agree with you. He's young and will consistently get 40 points a year. Honestly, if he gets 40 points a year on the third line, I'm happy with that. He can still grow because of the new line chemistry and reworked morale system. I'm hoping so, man. Now, Cole Robin, he says, I think you should be giving Dadonov one of your assistant captains. I still think it's too early to give out a captain or the assistant captain to Stastny. I would give it one more year. It's only been his first year in the NHL and going on his second. I also think you should be giving one to Edler. He has more experience and he's had an assistant captain for almost his whole career. I hope you see this and have a good day. You know what, Cole? You have a good day because I like what you're saying. I think you're right about that. Giving another assistant captain to Alex Edler. We take it off of Conrad because honestly, it's his second year in the league. We know that. He's still got a lot to prove. So we're going to go heavy on our back end here, giving it to the Swedes. We're going to give one to Adam Larsson and one to Alex Edler. And then it's going to be either Matthew Barzal or Evgeny Dadonov. Now, I like what you were saying about Evgeny Dadonov, but going with the vets with Edler and Larsson, I think if we give it to a young kid, the youth movement here in Quebec, Matthew Barzal is going to rock the other A. All right, so now that all that is taken care of, we have everything all good to go. Let's get some simulation done. And I can see a game already that I want to have a look at, and that is the New York Islanders. Now, once we're up against New York Islanders, I want to see if they still have, 9-5 loss. You hate to see it. Then we bounce back with a big old 5-1 win. But I want to see if they still have the 2 players that we ended up trading for Matthew Barzal. It was Adam Henrique and it was Ryan McDonough. Now, yes, that sounds like an absolute fleece, and it definitely was, but they came at us with that offer. It seems like in every franchise mode that we do, there's always one trade offer that's like, whoa, wait, why did they do that? What the hell are they thinking? If I remember correctly, in our Seattle franchise mode, it was Los Angeles or it was some California team. They came at us with an offer of a first-round pick in exchange for Thomas Vanek. And now, at the time, I was like, hell yeah, we're going to trade a 34 24-year-old for a first. That first turned out to be a first overall pick, and that pick turned out to be Cedric Corey, Agent C, the absolute legend. So, I mean, it just goes to show every franchise mode, there's always that one big trade, and this one was from the stupidity of the New York Islanders. But it looks like they still have Adam Henrique, and he's actually a first liner, which is interesting. And then they should have Ryan McDonough. Now, you know what? Ryan McDonough, he gets kind of a bad rap because his contract is so damn large, 6.7 for 5 years. The guy's only 30 years old in real life. He actually went up an overall. He's now 88 overall. So, you know what? I'm glad that Ryan McDonough's doing well in Long Island. I'm glad that they're utilizing their aging players correctly, even though they traded one of their best young stars the franchise has ever seen, maybe the most potential ever in Matthew Barzal. One last time in the comments, thank you very much, Long Island. Now, here we go up against the 2-7-2 New York Islanders. Now, they have that goaltending issue with Quinn Bossy. I should have made him a forward, should have made him a defenseman. I apologize. Here we are in Long Island. Are they playing in Brooklyn? Are they playing in the Nassau Coliseum? I don't know. Either way, up against the New York Islanders, period number 1, and it's 1-0, and it's Ilya Mikheyev, the soup man. Oh man, unreal. He scores, fourth liner, gets a big goal on the creative goalie Quinn Bossy, period number 2. Oh baby, 4-0. Conrad Stastny, Lucas Raymond, and John Moore getting in on the action. Oh, Quinn Bossy, I'm sorry. You were cursed from the beginning. And Sami Vatanen scores on UC Saros, breaking the shutout. But I should have made him a forward, should have made him a defenseman. Plus, going to Long Island with the long history of the goaltending controversy. I'm sorry. You really didn't have a shot right from the start. You hate to see it. All right, so that's a couple wins in a row here. Now, our head coach should be coming at us here saying he's happy we kept our promise, leaving Lucas Raymond up in the NHL. And here it is, right on cue. There he is, Coach Maurice Belanger. He says, so with the 9-game trial complete, what are we gonna do? I think it's pretty fair to say he scored the other night. We're going to keep Lucas Raymond in the National Hockey League. There you go. Excellent. I agree with your call. Let's go with your decision. I'm glad you see it my way, Maurice Belanger, the head coach of your Quebec Nordiques. So that's a couple L's in a row. It's 3 in a row up against Philly, and they're 10-3-2. So any important games here? I see a game against the Habs. Obviously, we're going to have to go ahead and slow sim that one. Up against Philly, that's a big win against a really good team. And we're 10-7-0. Don't look now. The boys are buzzing. And, of course, we lose 4-0 to the Boston Bruins. I'm not expecting the playoffs this year. I mean, we spent some money in free agency, obviously, but the way things are looking now, hold on, a second and a third and a goaltending prospect for a second and a third. So you basically just want a free goaltending prospect. Greasy, Buffalo, greasy. This year could kind of go either way for the Quebec Nordiques. We could be a playoff team, or we could finish last and pick first overall. I really don't know what to expect. I think the next month of simulation is kind of going to give me a better idea. But here we are up against the Quebec Nordiques, our province rival. We are 1-1 all time. Our first matchup ever, we got spanked 7-1. Let's see if we can go up 2-1 here against the Montreal Canadiens in the Poutine Place, Quebec. Here we go. First period, it's 1-0. It's Brendan Gallagher. Period number 2. Oh, baby, what a second period. Evgeny Dadonov, the Quebec-born kid, Sammy Blais, however you pronounce his name, Jaden Schwartz and Adam Fox, lighting Carey Price up like a Christmas tree. There you go, 4-2. What a second period from the boys. Now, I would love to get an insurance marker, but Jeff Petrie, oh my God, Shea Weber, 2 goals from their back end in less than a minute, but Conrad Stastny, and then Brendan Gallagher, oh my God, then Ryan Strome. What the hell is this game? Oh my God, Jesper Bratt, 12 goals in the hockey game. This is the Battle of Montreal. This is what it's all about. Are we going into overtime, or are we going to see 7-6 regulation? We're going into overtime. This one's too crazy. We have to go sim this one. Here we go. Here we go, Lafleur versus Stastny. I'm ready for it. Overtime in this wild game. Oh, Conrad Stastny gets his pocket picked. Oh, no. Max Lafleur. Oh no, Conrad Stastny gets his pocket picked, and just like that, the first shot of overtime ends up in the back of the net, and it's Max Lafleur. You just hate to see that. Why does Conrad Stastny still have an A? He shouldn't have an A on. Why did that not save? But oh my god, what a pocket pick, and that just goes right through the wickets. Oh my god, that is rough. For some reason, Conrad Stastny still has an A. I'll have to go change that. But there you go. Max Lafleur ends it in overtime. So if you're keeping track, I believe that's 2-1 Montreal. So Matthew Barzal just decides, yeah, you know what? I'm never going to score. 1 goal, 24 assists. He is a point per game player with only 1 goal. Dadonov and Stastny must just be putting the puck in the back of the net. 16 goals for Conrad, 9 for Schwartz. There you go. Sammy Blais, almost a point per game player. Dadonov with 19 and 22. Philip Dano, it still sounds weird to say it like that. Dano, he's got 18 points in 22 games. Jesper Bratt's got 15. And look at the soup man, Ilya Mikheyev. He's got 8 points in 22 games. That's awesome. Lucas Raymond, not really struggling. Lucas Raymond still finding his way in the North American game. He's got 6 points in 22 games, 2 Genos. Adam Fox with 2 goals as well. Brett Connolly, we're not really looking for a whole lot out of Brett Connolly, but there you go with Sami Niku. He's got 2 goals and 2 assists. How about the Tendies? UC Saros is 11 and 6, and Peter Mrazek. This guy was hyped up in the comments to be the steal of the century, but unfortunately, it's not really turning out that great. 1 and 4 in his 6 starts. Obviously got pulled once, but 11 and 6 for UC Saros. That's good news. Now having a look at the rookie skaters here, and yep, there he is. Gordy Yzerman, 94 overall as a rookie. Yeah, give him the Calder right now. Is he leading the league in scoring? Not by a long shot, because Eric Gretzky, 39 points as a defenseman in 22 games. Kyle Correa, we got Alfredson, or the creative players here. Once the creative players get to be 25, 26 years old, you should be seeing some ridiculous point totals. There's Chubbs there, he's got 30 and 22. Howard Chuck's 28, Vincenzo, Sebastian Aho. So agency, there he is, and there is Hull. He's the guy that's going to be playing with Gordy Yzerman. But Kyle Correa leading the way in goals. He's got 18 in 22. Now, if you don't watch every franchise mode start to finish, that's totally cool, but I want to let you guys know at the end of the last video, there's some issues with my audio, so I just kind of put something on the screen, but I gave you a sneak peek at the next year's draft class, and there it is, baby. The Yager bloodline lives on. We got Lucas Yager and Trevor Yager, both absolute units, 6'4 and 6'5. They're both 17 years old. They're twins out of the Czech Republic, obviously both playing in the Extraliga right now. So there he is. Those are the Yagers. They're back in the league. They're just like their dad, big, strong, power forwards. Lucas Yager and Trevor, I'm very excited to see what they're going to do. And as well, Luke Hughes, the youngest Hughes brother, he's in there. And there's a few other surprises down the road. But obviously, I don't think we're going to be in that lottery contention, but still, it's very, very early. We're only in what, like December? I don't even think we're in the new year yet. We got lots of time. Let's get some simulation done. We are 13 and 9 and 1, 27 points. We're doing all right now. We're doing pretty good. Up against the Avs, the Canucks, there's a win, there's a loss. The Preds doing a little West Coast swing here, and that's another W, 6-3. We don't have a game on my birthday on the 5th, but a 2nd, a 6th for Dmitry Kulikov. I really don't need Kulikov, so I'm just going to say no, nor is he worth a 2nd round pick. A huge win against Gordy Yzerman, up against Gretzky and McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. Seriously, how good is Leon Draisaitl right now? I put out a tweet earlier. He has 25 points in his last 11 games. Guy's just a mutant. up against the three-headed monster in Edmonton, period number 1, and it's 1-0. It's Chris Kreider. All right, period number 2, 2-0. Cam Atkinson, the former Quebec Nordiques, and Chris Kreider scores again on the first shot of the third period, but Conrad Stastny comes right back. Devin Dubnyk goes back to Edmonton, but Valtteri Filppula, oh boy, I talked about the three-headed monster, and none of them show up on the score sheet. Chris Kreider gets 2, Valtteri Filppula gets another, and that's all she wrote. No Gretzky, no McDavid, just a bunch of Chris Kreider action. So let's get a good chunk of simulation done here. That's kind of going to tell us what team we're going to be. We're actually first in our division. Our division looks kind of weak, and we're only 19, 12, and 2. A third for Ben Sherratt, no thank you, is another win against the Leafs. We got a long break here, almost a week off. A fifth and a sixth is basically you guys just want a free prospect. No, what are you doing? 20, 12, and 2. Okay. All right, Quebec, I see you. Another win, another W in the books. I don't want Derek Forbort, no thank you. That is 3 in a row, and we lose 8-7. Sidney Crosby's number against Sidney Crosby's team. But we bounce back with a couple of wins back-to-back. That's 3 in a row. Do I hear 4 in a row against Dadnov's old team? Nope, that is a big loss, and the New York Islanders have fired their head coach. All right, and we actually go up against the Islanders in less than a week, so we'll definitely go ahead and slow sim that one. But as of right now, it looks like we should go ahead. Oh my god, they're 8-30-4. You traded Barzell, you have a cursed goalie, a cursed franchise for that matter. Poor Long Island. Oh my god. All right, let's quickly put them out of their misery, and then we're going to have a look around the NHL, because oh my god, 8-30-4. Yikes. If any team needs Yager, it's going to be the New York Islanders. Period. Number 1, and it's 2-1. All right, Ryan McDonough, of course, the former Quebec Nordique. Schwartz and John Moore. Period number 2. Let's pile it on here, boys. 5-2. There you go. Ryan McDonough got one earlier, so it's only right that Adam Henrique scores. We got Fox with a big goal, Conrad Stastny, and then the Quebec kid, Philip Dano, with another one. But 5-2 here. This one should be all but over, and that's all she wrote. Just another dominating performance. The Islanders suffer their 31st loss of the year. Sammy Blais with 3 assists on the night. That's awesome. But wow, I can't believe how bad the Islanders are. That is terrible. And we're actually first in our division with 54 points. That's surprising. 26, 15, and 2 isn't a fantastic record. Looks like the division is a little bit weak, but wow, look at how bad Toronto is. Interesting. Only 3 points separate us from 1 and 5, so it is tight. It is tight in its own right, but say we were in another division like the Central, 54 points would put us 3rd, 54 would put us 4th here in the Pacific, and then 54 would have us 4th as well in the Metro. So luckily we have kind of a weak division, but it's still pretty tight, so we can't really take it too lightly. We're still going to have to go out there every night and hope to get 2 points. If we have a couple of bad games and Ottawa starts to pick it up, we're right back here out of a playoff spot. So it's going to be interesting this year. Conrad Stastny, what a year, and what a year for Jaden Schwartz. 20 goals, hello? Oh my god, okay. But Sammy Blais has 44 points, over a point per game, ladies and gentlemen. This guy's becoming a fan favorite. 46 points for Matthew Barzell, only 4 goals, 34 goals in 43 games for Conrad. These two might be a match made in heaven. I think we have something special here. Sammy Blais, Jaden Schwartz, they're playing fantastic together. Dano's doing really good as well. Jesper Bratt's doing all right. Nick Bjugstad's doing pretty good. Makhayev's all right. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with everyone. Lucas Raymond has went down from a 4th line forward to a depth forward. So that leads us to the question, so we send him down? I don't really think so. I think it's just first year in the NHL. Obviously, there's struggles. He has 14 points. It's not like he's a minus player either, so it's not really hurting anything right now being on the third line. Maybe strengthening that third line come the trade deadline, something we can take a look at. But as for tendies, 21-12 for UC Saros. You can't hate on that. And one last time, just for fun, let's have a look around the league. I wouldn't be surprised if Conrad's leading in goals. He's got a ton. He's got 34. And he's leading the NHL in goal scoring, as well as having 126 penalty minutes. Leading the league. You'd love to see it. I love this guy, Conrad Stastny. What a guy. Leading the league in goals, leading the league in penalty minutes. When's the last time that's happened? I don't know if that's ever happened. Someone's got to let me know. Poor Long Island, man. I really hope they don't lose out on the draft lottery and pick third. Like, that would suck. The two Yoggers are really damn good out of the draft. Justin Schultz, I can already tell we're not going to need him. I'm going to say no without even looking at that. But I can tell you right now that the Yoggers are so good out of the draft. I really hope the Islanders end up getting them. But we got a game here up against, I don't know if Alexis Lafreniere made the squad. He should. He's 83. But we got Agent C and Alexis Lafreniere in the building. Conrad Stastny ain't scared of no one. He's going to score a goal and then fight someone and then get a high-sticking penalty and come back and score two more. That's just the kind of guy he is. Period. Number one. And it's, 5 goals in the first. Okay. And yes, Alexis Lafreniere is definitely playing because he has 2 goals in the first and the aforementioned Agent C as well. Adam Larson scores a short-handed one. Okay. And then Jesper Bratt scores on the flower. Period number 2. Could be a wild one. We tie it up. Conrad Stastny, fresh out of the box, fresh after punching Marc-Andre Fleury right in the face. He gets a 5-minute, but comes right back and scores a goal. William Wild Bill Carlson scores a goal, but then Brett Connolly, the 4th liner, scores on Fleury. Are we going into overtime? Are we going to see the extra frame here in T-Mobile Arena? We are. I'd love to go to a shootout here up against Agent C. I'd love to see Agent C in the shootout. Let's go. Yeah, those white jerseys, I don't know about those, to be honest with you. Here we go. Conrad Stastny. He's got a goal in the game up against Marc-Andre Fleury. Tries the Datsuk off the post. Oh, man. Conrad. Here comes Agent C. He's got an assist and captaincy on his sweater. Tries to wait out UC Saros, but Saros is too quick. Matthew Barzell doesn't have a ton of goals on the year. Tries to go 5-hole, but the flower stands strong. We got Jonathan Marchessault, the little guy, coming in here, and he just tucks it. Glove side on UC Saros. We need one here. Evgeny Dadonov, the Russian, comes through. Squall! Come on. Come on. It's that Vegas ice is tilted. Unfortunately, the puck just doesn't go where we want it, and we drop a point in the shootout. That one was close. That was quick. That happened, boom, so fast. Every time we see Agent C, he usually pulls off something absolutely gross in the shootout. We got one last slow sim game, a little over a week, 2 weeks away, and that is going to be against the Montreal Canadiens. A second and a third for a second and Phillips. So, I mean, we could get a third, basically, for Phillips. How good is this guy even? He's, 22 years old, 68 overall. Now, when you think about this trade here, if you look at Detroit, they are god-awful. So this second is basically going to be right outside of the first round because they're really bad, and this second is going to be something good. This second's going to be like 35th or 36th in the draft. So what I want you to do, I want someone in the comments to remind me that the time we come for the next draft, let me know what this pick from the Wings turned out to be. I'm interested in that. We are going to accept this trade offer. Thank you very much. Sorry we traded away Matthew Phillips, but there you go. That was a smart deal because I don't think they're going to be that great. And, oh, wow. Okay, so Kadri goes back to Toronto from the Avs for a first and a second, as well as, I believe that's Marcus Granlund. Can't be Michael Granlund, but there you go. So Kadri back to Toronto. Interesting. As we drop another game against the Carolina Hurricanes. Let's get back in the winning ways here. There you go. Couple of wins back to back. 30, 19, and 3. I really wasn't expecting this, to be honest with you, but here we go up against the Montreal Canadiens. We ended up losing in overtime last time. Conrad Stastny, he's pissed about it. He's not a happy customer. Period number 1. Looking for a big game out of number 37, Conrad Stastny. We're out shooting him by double, but nothing on the score sheet. Period number 2. And it's 3-1, baby. And there he is. Conrad gets a big goal. But the man from last game who won it in OT, Fleur, he gets one. Jesper Bratt and Philippe Danault, he scores for us in his hometown of Montreal. There you go. Love to see it. 3-1, make it 4-1. Jesper Bratt gets in on the fun. No overtime this time. We're getting it done in regulation. A big 2 points. I'm going to take this one right to the bank. Thank you very much. Now, the season series, it's at 2-2. Can someone confirm? So we're going to go up just before the trade deadline, have a look around, see if there's any way we can improve our team. Now, generally, we got another big move here. Buffalo gets Nudavara for a second, a third, and a goaltending prospect. All right, that's a pretty... I guess that's kind of a smaller deal, but oh my god. Okay, Henrik Lundqvist, he was in... Okay, hold on. Henrik Lundqvist is bounced around. So Lundqvist went from the Rangers to the Senators to the Leafs. Now he's on the Wings, and the Wings suck. Henrik Lundqvist has been in the league for so long. He just wants a cup ring. Poor guy keeps getting dealt everywhere. You just hate to see it. Hold on, I gotta look at this here. Nick Holden, actually. All right, what's he looking like? He's 70, what was that, 78 overall? A depth defenseman, 33 years old. It'd be good for the American Hockey League. Be good for the playoffs. He has 1 year left at 1.4. You know what? Having some depth is never a bad option. Thank you very much, Nick Holden. Welcome to the squad. I just want to check out one quick thing here. I want to see real quick, how many times has the poor guy been dealt? Let's go look at the Wings here, because I believe he's been dealt like 3 or 4 times. Poor Henrik Lundqvist. The poor guy. He's still 88 overall, so still maintaining a really decent overall. But yeah, you can see here, he was with the Rangers, played decent in Ottawa, had a terrible time. Oh, he went back to the Rangers. Okay. So, weird. So he was traded to Ottawa, and then in the same year, he went back to the Rangers, and now he's with the Wings? And then, I guess, he signed in Toronto looking to win a cup. He played a decent amount of games, probably was their starter, and then they decided to move him to the worst team in the league. Well, one of the worst teams in the league. Poor Hank. As handsome as you are, you just can't catch a break. Poor guy. I think I saw something. My eyes could have been deceiving me, but no. 48 goals for Conrad Stastny. Okay, 48. Let's see if he's going to get 49 against Vancouver. Is he going to do it? Nope, but we do get the W. That's good news. And I want to talk about upgrading our team in a second here, but 48 goals, can he hit 49? Maybe 50? Oli Mata and a third. Okay, Oli Mata. Hold on. What's up with Oli Mata here? He's $4 million bucks, definitely overpaid. 81 overall. Not a terrible defenseman. Not bad at all, honestly, for basically scraps. Let's think about that. Let's put that on the back burner. You guys can let me know about the Oli Mata deal. 49 goals. All right, I have to slow sim this game because I want to see him get number 50. And look at the Minnesota Wild. They're 1-7-2 in their last 10. We're 8-1-1, 35-19. I don't want to see 20 losses here, but I want to see 50 goals for Mr. Conrad Stastny. I think this is game 56 on the year. I'm not sure. I'll have to check. But period number 1, looking for 50, and there it is, baby. He scores on Yaroslav Halak as well as Sammy Blais. Oh boy, things you love to see. 50 goals, and it's not even at the trade deadline yet. Oh my god. Alright, period number 2. And it's 5-0. Make it 51. Add another one. Jaden Schwartz having a fantastic year. Gets another. Are we going to see a hat trick? Are we going to see a hattie? But the boogeyman, Samuel Bugard, he gets one. And Matt Dumba comes right back. Alright. Okay, Dubinsky makes it 5-3. Boys, wake up a little bit here. Come on, that's 3 goals in like 4.5 minutes. Come on, pick it up a bit. I'd love to see a Stastny empty netter for the hat trick. You know you want to do it. Oh my God, Siegenthaler. They made it interesting, but just ran out of time. There you go, 51 goals as well with 4 hits. Things you just love to see. This guy is going to end up with 70 goals. Oh my God. Okay, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go up to, where are we actually? Do I want to sim anymore? There's actually so much hockey left, and he has 51 goals. Okay, in the comments, I want you guys to guess how many goals, oh my God, big deal. How many goals do you think Conrad Stastny is going to end up with? Don't guess yet. Don't put your guesses in there yet. I want to get these next couple of games done, but just think about it and then let me know once you see how many goals he has after the next 4 games. Because you could have 60, who knows? But Edmonton gets Slater Cuckoo, Dustin Brown, and Jeff Carter for a second, a third, and 2 goaltending prospects. That's an interesting deal. Okay, so in the next 4 games here, let's see how many goals Stastny is going to get. Ooh, St. Louis gets Ryan Ellis for 2 firsts. Wow, that's a steep price to pay, but a good price. He is a very good NHL defenseman, but 2 firsts, god damn. All right, up against Ryan Ellis and the St. Louis Blues, 5-2, easy money. Ooh, Detroit gets Brendan Gallagher for 2 seconds. That's the kind of player that I was actually going to bring up when I thought about strengthening up our bottom 6, was a guy like Brendan Gallagher. But I guess that's off the block now. So many moves. The Bruins get Philip Forsberg for 2 firsts. Holy. This is one of the most active trade weeks in NHL history. Moves are happening. The boys are winning hockey games. Just another win against the Buffalo Sabres. Nick Leddy moves on from Carolina. So the Islanders finally agree to a rebuild. Ryan Suzuki comes the other way from Carolina in exchange for Nick Leddy. We have like 10 wins on the year. Let's go ahead and start trading some players. There you go. Ryan Suzuki. That is a pretty decent prospect. Another win. Oh my goodness. How many wins is that in a row? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Just casually, casually on a 12-game win streak. Things are going really damn good here. And Conrad Stastny has 55 goals in 62 games. So there's 20 games left. How many goals do you think Conrad Stastny is going to score? How many? I'm going to say 71, all right? I'm going to say he's going to score 71. Anyways, aside from Conrad Stastny, we have 83 points. That's good enough for 3rd best in the league behind the Flyers and the Hurricanes. We are on a tear right now, an absolute tear. Now, I know the old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I know. Trust me, I know. And things are actually going insanely well right now. But this 3rd line, it kind of scares me. I would love to get someone a little bit better and then put Lucas Raymond down here. And then we could maybe package up, X-Player and Brett Connolly, or Brett Connolly and Picks for a better 3rd liner to go towards the playoffs. Because Lucas Raymond's not playing bad at all. 24 points. It's actually pretty good. Just that overall scaring me. But there's that. Okay, there's that. And I would like to mention that Conrad Stastny is a 95 overall, ladies and gentlemen. Not only does he have 55 goals, he has 162 penalty minutes, 26 power play points. That's 1 more than last year. He's got 156 hits. This man is a force, an absolute unit. So with 20 games left in the regular season, let's have a look at how everyone's doing. Now, one thing I'm noticing right off the bat is Jaden Schwartz has like 4 goals in his last maybe 15 games. Last time we checked in, he had 20 goals. Now he's only got 24, but still, 59 points in 62 games is not that bad. Sammy Blais with 61. I'm scared to move him up because it seems like it's working out really well on the 2nd line. I don't want to mess that up. Like, everyone here is doing so damn good. Jaden Schwartz, Evgeny Evgeny Dadonov, Sammy Blay, just fantastic. Seriously, I think the real thing here is Barzal and Stastny. Just a match made in heaven. I'd love to see how many goals are actually from Matthew Barzal. I don't think it's a coincidence that he has over 50 assists and Stastny has over 50 goals. I think most of them are probably connected. 11 game-winning goals for Stastny. Oh my god, what a year. Seriously, we still have 20 games left. Unbelievable. And that guy was right. Nick Bjugstad going to hit 30 to 40 points. Love to see it. Lucas Raymond having a pretty damn good rookie campaign. Honestly, everyone's doing great right now. I don't really want to change anything. One thing, though, I know Adam Fox is young, but he's playing top pairing minutes and only has 17 points. I know defensemen aren't all about the points, but it's still something to look at. Just checking out the tendies, 33 and 15 for UC Saros. We might have something here with Mr. UC Saros. Let's go ahead and have a look at the entire league. He's leading the league in wins. That's awesome. As for rookie skaters, obviously Gordy Agerman, 65 points, well over a point per game. Jordan Kyrou as well, another St. Louis product. Philip Zadina, we got Lafreniere, we got Yassi Kazu from the Red Wings, we got Robertson, Lucas Raymond, Quinton Byfield, Batherson. And as for all skaters, is he leading the league? No, he's not. And not even really close. It looks like there's 3 players that have a huge lead over everyone else, and that is Bo Alfredson, Eric Gretzky, and Valery Chubby Chubasov. But, I say but, because he's leading the league in goals, the only player with 50, and he's got 55, 6 goals on Shubs. You just love to see it. What a guy. Conrad Stastny for Hart Trophy. I'm saying it right now. We got Agent C, Cameron Shichu, Ovechkin, Zane Sakic. So we'll get more familiar once we start getting into some playoff matchups with more created players. Obviously, haven't really been able to create any rivalries as of right now, but considering how we're playing, the playoffs are definitely something that we're going to have to think about. We're going to have to think about maybe, is there any way we can improve our team? Is defense something we should look at? Because I'm not super opposed to potentially, moving some things around on the back end. I like Adam Fox, I really do, but I would maybe like some more offense from our back end. A guy like, I know I get him a lot, but not saying I'm going to, but a guy like Dougie Hamilton might not be a bad option. Because right now, Alex Edler, there's not a whole lot of offense coming from the back end. It's not terrible. Honestly, it's not bad. I just would like to see a little bit more. I would love if we had one really good offensive defenseman that's going to get you 50 to 60 points, like an Erik Karlsson type player or Eric Brandstrom, someone who's young, going to put up a lot of points, but maybe that's something we just have to be patient with and work in the draft, because we got guys like Nasty Nas, baby, Nasir McLeod. He could be the one that's going to come up. He's got 42 points in 62 games, his sophomore year in the AHL. He should be good to go for next year, but there he is. Anyone else you want to have a look at? Ryan Kessler. All right, good job, Kessler, just collecting that $6 million down there in the American Hockey League. Attaboy. Riding the bus, making $6.8 million. Doesn't get much better than that. All right, thank you so much for watching. Actually, you know what? You can't leave on a heater. I know that. And Henrik Lundqvist, oh man. Hank, I'm sorry, buddy. We're honestly a great option to win a cup, but I can't take you right now. I'm going to say no. You can't leave on a heater. I'm not going to go past the trade deadline, obviously, but I do want to see how we're going to go. I do want to see if we can keep this streak going against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Are we going to continue with the winning streak? It's a big one. Trade alert. Wow, the trades right now. It looks like Minnesota gets William Karlsson for Ryan Suter. Wow. I hope the Wild retained some sort of salary there. Oh my God. Braden McNabb and Ben Sherratt for a first. Okay. Are we going to keep the streak alive? I don't want Henrik Lundqvist. And we lose, of course. Of course we lose, because that's the xTech jinx. I'll see you guys in episode number 8. I'm just really quickly want to see here. It doesn't look like they retained any salary. Oh no, maybe they did. I think he makes 8. Is that right? Maybe they didn't retain any cap. I don't know if you can actually tell, but that's just an absolutely terrible deal for the Vegas Golden Knights. What are you doing? Let me know if there's anyone we should trade for, or should we just keep this team? I mean, it's only year number 2, but I am pumped on how well we're doing. We just went on a 12-game winning streak. Conrad Stastny is tearing apart the league. Things are good right now in Quebec. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.